Hey guys, this is Aiden from TrekR.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is David from TrekR.
And so the NFL is starting in today. So football's finally back.
Yeah, NFL kickoff starts tonight, and today we're coming with something a little bit different. And one of the things that we wanted to do was, from an animal perspective, try to pick the NFL matchup. So we're gonna do two picks, okay? So we are gonna pick the games on the schedule that have animal versus animal matchups. And what Aiden is gonna do is he's going to pick the animal matchup and try to predict a winner, while I'm gonna try to go off and make an NFL football pick. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. But the one thing I do want to say is, as you can see, it's football season. We're very big football fans in our house, and we are Eagles fans. And I know that sports can become a very, let's say, controversial and like polarizing topic. So we just want to say that this is our team. We rep our team, but we respect everybody else. We're not here to start any trouble. Aiden and I just thought this would be something fun to do.
Yeah.
That would be, kind of cool, kind of funny because of football season. And not for nothing, but Mommy TrekR, she's a Giants fan. So we respect everybody in this house. We respect everybody in the NFL. We respect anybody's likes and anybody's teams, Dallas Cowboys fans included. But we are just here to have a little bit of fun, and we want to wish everybody's team good luck for the season, and may the best team win. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start talking about the NFL matchup. So Aiden, start us off.
So first up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus Cleveland Browns. So this would be a Bengal Tiger versus a Bulldog.
Well, technically, the Browns, just for a little bit of history, the Browns are a team that was named after, I want to say Paul Brown or Phil Brown. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. And it's actually an ode to him. But since the logo and the mascot, I want to say mascot of the Cleveland Browns is a bulldog, and they even have a fan squad called the Dog Pound, we're going to go ahead and say they're basically bulldogs. So go ahead, Aiden.
Yeah. So a Bengal Tiger versus a Bulldog, I think the Bengal Tiger would win. Sure, the Bulldog could bite the Tiger's legs, but nonetheless the Tiger still wins. It could just bite the Bulldog, so I'm going with the Bengals on this one.
So Aiden picks the Bengals. Now, as far as NFL matchup is concerned, I personally think that while the Browns are always a good team, and they try to field a very competitive team, I think that the Bengals just are a little bit better, or a lot better right now. They were just in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. They have an awesome quarterback in Joe Burrow. They have 3 really good receivers, so I have to pick the Bengals here and go with them. What's the next matchup?
Next up, we have the Houston Texans going up against the Baltimore Ravens. So
just for context too, the Texans, the reason why we're including this is because their logo is a Texas steer, like a bull. And the name Texans was actually picked because it had to do with the people. So they're referring to people, the Texans, and how proud they were of their state and where they are. So I think that we're going to include them because their mascot is also a steer. I don't know who, I forget what the name of the mascot was. Do you know who the mascot is?
I think his name is Toro or something.
Yeah, something like that. But we're gonna include him. We're gonna include them in the matchup because, well, it's a humongous bull. So go ahead, Aiden.
So this would be a Texas Longhorn versus a Raven. So a Texas Longhorn could easily ram into the Raven and ram its horns into the Raven, and it would kill it. So
okay,
I picked the Texans to win this one.
So based on animal matchup, seems like the Texans are going to be our pick. Now for me though, in the real NFL world, in the real NFL matchup, I would have to go ahead and pick the Ravens. The Ravens have an awesome quarterback in Lamar Jackson. They always come with the defense. They have Odell Beckham Jr. this year, so it's going to be a really interesting year for that team in their division. But in this matchup, I'm going to have to pick the Ravens. that's not to say that the Houston Texans aren't headed in the right direction, because they have a guy who, I think it's CJ Stroud, who, that was their draft pick this year. He's an awesome quarterback, a ridiculous athlete. They have a fantastic head coach in D'Amico Ryans, and I think that team is headed in the right direction, and they're going to do some damage in the years to come in the AFC South. But for this matchup, I'm going to have to pick the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson.
Okay. So number 3, we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. So this would be a Panther versus a Falcon. This is a little bit tough because the Falcon could just skin its talons all over the Panther and kill it, but the Panther could claw onto the Falcon and kill it. So who I would believe to say would be the first to attack would probably be the Panther. So I think I picked the Panthers to win this one.
So I think I agree in terms of animal matchup, but in terms of NFL matchup, this is going to be a little bit tough to call. So in terms of NFL matchup, I think this is a toss-up for me, because you have the Falcons, who are kind of rebuilding. They have a solid young quarterback in Desmond Ridder. I think that's who the quarterback is. But the Panthers are pretty much on, the ascend. They have a pretty solid roster. It's going to be led by I think he's the number 1 overall draft pick in Bryce Young out of Alabama. Love the coaching experience as far as Frank Reich goes. If you guys don't know, because we're Eagles fans, Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator of the 2017 Eagles, who won the Super Bowl. And, he was the coach for Indianapolis. And, after not having such a good, season there, they kind of let him go. And I just have to say that I think coaching experience here is what's going to set them apart. Both sides of the ball, man. Both of these teams have amazing athletes, solid young up-and-coming teams. But I think here I'm going to go with the coaching experience and pick the Panthers to win this one. It's week 1, so anything goes. All right, what's the next one?
So next up we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Indianapolis Colts. In the animal world, this would be a jaguar versus a colt, which is like a type of horse. So this is pretty tough. This is probably the toughest matchup yet, because the jaguar could get on the horse and bite it, but the horse, which in this case is a colt, 1 or 2 powerful kicks from its hind legs, it could kill the jaguar. Excuse me. So in terms who would be the first to attack, I'd probably say the Jaguars take this one, because it could just pounce on the horse and bite it.
So I have to agree with Aiden. I'm going to go with the Jaguars here in terms of the NFL matchup. The Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence, a very experienced head coach, a Super Bowl winning head coach in Doug Peterson. The Colts also have a Super Bowl appearance kind of head coach in Shane Steichen, who was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles last year. So we have some Philly connections here. So I think that in this particular matchup, week 1 of the 2023 season, I'm going to have to go with the Jaguars, even though the Colts have a young stud quarterback in Anthony Richardson, who basically can run, throw. He's got some growing pains to go through, but overall, the Colts are headed definitely in the right direction. I just think in terms of this matchup, it's going to be the Jaguars who take it.
And then last but not least, we have the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. So in the animal world, this would be a ram versus a Seahawk, which is a type of hawk. So a ram versus a hawk. So a ram could easily ram its horns into the Seahawk, but the Seahawk could skin its talons all over the ram and kill it.
Aren't there also these raptor birds? Haven't there been videos of them picking up whole animals and bringing them away and carrying them on talons? Yeah. So I think
in the animal world, who would be the first to attack and kill? I'd probably say the Seahawks take this one.
Okay, that's an interesting pick. I think in the NFL world here, this is a tough matchup. This is also a divisional matchup, which in the NFL world, numbers don't mean anything because they're so familiar with each other. Now, the Rams are, I'm not going to say they're on the decline, but I will say they're a little bit older, okay? The Seahawks, however, have replenished a little bit more of their talent. Now, please feel free to correct me. I'm not in LA. I don't keep up with the Rams per se. I'm only listening to national people talk. However, you got to give it to Geno Smith. You got to give it to Pete Carroll. They were just in the playoffs last year. Geno Smith is a very, very capable and solid quarterback. So I think in terms of the NFL matchup, you got to go with the Seahawks here. Any other matchups?
No, that's it.
All right. So it'd be interesting. I hope everybody has a good 2023 season.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
We're Eagles fans.
We are Eagles fans.
Do respect every... Do we respect... Yeah, we do respect every team.
Respect every team.
That includes the Cowboys.
May the best team win. And please continue to follow TrekR. Click the like, follow, subscribe. And we hope everybody's team does well.
Yep.
And that's it. Go Birds.
That's it. Go Birds. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Take it easy, guys. Keep on trekking.